I never thought my 9-year-old daughter would save my life. But on December 18th, 3 days before our planned family Christmas vacation to the Oregon coast, Sophia whispered words that made my blood run cold. "Dad, we can't stay home tonight. I heard Mom talking to Uncle Mark about making you disappear." Let me back up. My name is David Mitchell, and at 52, I thought I had life figured out. I'd built a successful veterinary clinic in Portland from the ground up, married my college sweetheart Rachel, and we had Sophia, the light of my life. Everything seemed perfect, almost too perfect. That morning started like any other Wednesday. I was preparing medications for a golden retriever surgery when Rachel called. Her voice had that tight quality I'd learned to recognize over 23 years of marriage. "David, honey, I need to cancel the beach house reservation." "What? Why?" Sophia's been counting down the days. "The West Side development deal. Marcus needs me to close it before year end. The commission alone is worth $40,000. We can reschedule for January." Marcus was her broker. Mark Stevenson, my old college roommate, actually. I'd introduced them when Rachel got her real estate license 5 years ago. He'd helped her become one of the top agents in the city. I should have been grateful. "Fine," I said, watching the retriever's worried owner through the window. "But you tell Sophia I'm not breaking her heart." I already did. She understands. Business is business. Something in her tone bothered me, but I had a surgery to perform. I pushed it aside. That evening, I came home to find Sophia in her room, packing her small suitcase, the one with unicorns on it. "Honey," Mom said, "the trip's canceled." She looked up at me with those serious brown eyes. "I know, Dad. That's why I'm packing." "What do you mean?" She glanced at her closed door, then whispered, "Can we go to Grandma's house? Please? Just you and me?" My mother lived in Seattle, a 3-hour drive north. "Sophia, what's going on?" She pulled me down to sit on her bed and spoke so quietly I had to lean in. "This morning, I was homesick from school, remember? Mom thought I was sleeping. I heard her on the phone in the study. She was talking to Uncle Mark." "Okay. Dad," she said. "She said the trip cancellation was perfect. That you'd be home alone this weekend while she's supposedly at the conference. She said something about the insurance policy, and the furnace, and carbon monoxide doesn't leave evidence." My hands went numb. "Sophia, are you absolutely sure that's what you heard?" Tears welled in her eyes. "I recorded it, Dad, on my iPad. I didn't know what else to do." With shaking hands, she showed me. The audio was muffled but clear enough. Rachel's voice. "Mark, everything's in place. The furnace company you recommended will do the faulty installation tomorrow while David's at the clinic. By Saturday morning, he'll just go to sleep and never wake up. The life insurance pays double for accidental death. $2 million. We split it 60-40 like we agreed. Then we're free." Mark's voice replied, "And the clinic? That's worth another $2 million at least. The clinic transfers to me as his widow. We can run it together or sell it. Either way, we're set. We can finally be together without sneaking around." I felt like I'd been kicked in the chest by a horse. 23 years, a daughter, a life, all of it a lie. "Dad," Sophia's voice pulled me back. "What do we do?" I looked at my daughter, this brave, smart little girl, and made a decision. "Pack warm clothes. We're going to Grandma's tonight, right now, and we're going to figure this out." "What about Mom?" "Mom thinks we're both going to be here this weekend. Let's let her keep thinking that." 20 minutes later, I'd thrown clothes into a bag, grabbed my laptop and all the flash drives from my office, and loaded Sophia into my truck. I left a note on the kitchen counter. "Taking Sophia to Saturday soccer tournament in Eugene. Back Sunday night. Love you." Eugene was south. We drove north. In the truck, my mind raced. My wife wanted me dead. My business partner, my supposed friend, was her lover. They'd planned this. How long? When did it start? How had I missed this? "Dad, you're driving really fast," Sophia said quietly. I eased off the gas. "Sorry, honey. I'm just processing." "Are we going to the police?" "Not yet. We need proof of more than just a conversation. We need to catch them in the act." My phone rang. Rachel. I put it on speaker. Hey, where are you guys? I brought home pizza. Oh, sorry, honey. Last-minute emergency. Mrs. Patterson's horse colicked. I had to drive out to the ranch. Sophia's with me. A pause. You took Sophia to a horse emergency? She was doing homework in the truck. We'll be home by 9. Okay. Drive safe. She sounded normal, loving, even. How do people do that? How do you plan to murder someone and then ask about pizza? We arrived at my mother's house past midnight. Mom took one look at my face and knew something was catastrophically wrong. After Sophia fell asleep in the guest room, I told her everything. That witch, Mom hissed. She'd never liked Rachel. I always thought it was typical mother-in-law stuff. Maybe mothers know. I need to think this through. They're planning to tamper with the furnace tomorrow. I need to catch them doing it. You need to call the police, David. With what? An audio recording from a 9-year-old's iPad? A good lawyer would shred that. I need them caught red-handed. The next morning, I called Emma Rodriguez, my clinic's receptionist and office manager. Emma was 28, brilliant with both animals and people, and had been with me for 5 years. More importantly, she owed me her life. 3 years ago, Emma had shown up to work with bruises she tried to hide with makeup. Her boyfriend, I'd helped her escape, given her money for a new apartment, even testified at the restraining order hearing. She'd told me once that I saved her life. Now I needed her to help save mine. Emma, I need your help with something serious. Can you come to this address? An hour later, she sat in my mother's kitchen, listening to my story, her face darkening with each word. That absolute. She stopped herself, glancing at where Sophia was watching cartoons in the living room. What do you need? I need cameras. Small ones. I want to catch whoever comes to tamper with my furnace. And I need someone to watch the feed while Sophia and I stay hidden here. Emma pulled out her phone. My brother works in security. He can have your house wired in 3 hours. They'll never know. By 2 p.m., Emma texted me, all set. 6 cameras covering basement, main floor, and exterior. Feed streaming to my laptop. At 4:17 p.m., she called. David, you need to see this. She shared her screen. A man in a heating company uniform entered my basement. But the truck outside wasn't from any legitimate company. And the man? I recognized him. Derek Walsh, Mark's younger brother. He'd done prison time for fraud. The video showed Derek disconnecting the carbon monoxide detector, then doing something to the furnace's exhaust vent, deliberately creating a blockage that would cause deadly gas to leak into the house. I'm calling the police, Emma said. Wait, this proves someone tampered with it, but not that Rachel and Mark ordered it. We need more. That evening, Rachel called me 4 times. I let it go to voicemail each time, then texted, Sorry, Mrs. Patterson's horse isn't doing well. Might be here all night. Don't wait up. She texted back, Okay, honey. Stay safe. Love you. I wanted to throw my phone through a window. Friday morning, Rachel called again. This time, I answered. David, when are you coming home? Probably this afternoon. Why? I miss you. And Sophia. The lie came so easily to her. Miss you too. I'll text when we're on our way. I had no intention of going home. Instead, Emma continued monitoring the cameras. At 3 p.m., she called again, her voice shaking. David, Rachel just showed up. With Mark, they're in your basement. She shared the feed. My wife and my business partner stood next to the sabotaged furnace. Mark was wearing gloves, checking Derek's handiwork. Perfect, Rachel said on the audio. Completely undetectable until it's too late. You're sure he'll be home tomorrow night? Mark asked. Positive. I told him I'm leaving for Seattle at 5 a.m. for the conference. He thinks I'll be gone all weekend. He'll come home, go to sleep, and by morning... And you're okay with this? Really okay? Rachel laughed. Actually laughed. Mark, I've been okay with this since I found out about the clinic's value. I married him because he was stable, safe, but boring. God, so boring. 23 years of boring. You're my freedom. This is our future. What about the kid? My heart stopped. Sophia's supposed to sleep at her friend Hannah's tomorrow night. Convenient, right? She'll be devastated about her dad, of course. But kids are resilient. And with $2 million in insurance plus the clinic sale, we can give her everything. Except a father. Except a mother worth having. I'm calling the police now, Emma said. I have everything we need. Send it to me first. All of it. Multiple copies. Within minutes, I had every video file on my laptop, my phone, and a flash drive. Then, Emma called the Portland Police Department. I explained everything to the detective who answered. He listened, asked for my address, and told me to stay exactly where I was. At 5:43 p.m., Emma called one more time. David, police are there. They're arresting them both. Rachel's screaming that it's a misunderstanding. Mark's asking for a lawyer. It's over. But it wasn't over. Not emotionally. That night, Sophia crawled into my bed at Mom's house. Dad, is Mom going to jail? Yes, honey. For a long time. I saved you, right? Like you saved Emma? I pulled her close. You saved both of us, sweetheart. You were so brave. Dad, I loved Mom. How can you love someone who wants to hurt you? And there it was. The question I couldn't answer. How do you explain to a 9-year-old that sometimes people wear masks, that sometimes the person who should love you most is capable of the worst betrayal? Sometimes people make terrible choices, I said finally. And sometimes we love the person we thought they were, not who they actually are. The trial took 8 months. Rachel and Mark both tried to claim the audio was fake, that the furnace tampering was Derek acting alone, that they were innocent. But the evidence was overwhelming. Derek flipped on them for a reduced sentence, confirming they'd paid him $10,000 to do the job. Rachel got 25 years. Mark got 20. Derek got 8. The hardest part wasn't the betrayal or the trial. It was watching Sophia struggle with losing her mother. Not to death, but to something worse. To the revelation that her mother had valued money over family, over her. We did therapy. Lots of therapy. Mom moved to Portland to help with Sophia. Emma became not just my clinic manager, but part of our small family. She took Sophia shopping, taught her to cook, came to soccer games. The found family thing everyone talks about? It's real. On the 1-year anniversary of that December night, Emma came to Sunday dinner at our house, the new house. I couldn't live in the old one anymore. After Sophia went to bed, Emma and I sat on the porch with coffee. You know what's strange? I said. 3 years ago, I helped you escape someone who wanted to hurt you. Last year, you helped me escape the same thing. Emma smiled. My therapist calls it reciprocal healing. You showed me that good people exist, that help is real. When you needed it, I got to be that person for you. I don't know what we would have done without you. You'd have figured it out, but I'm glad I could be there. She paused, then added, Can I tell you something? That day, you helped me leave him. You told me that kindness isn't weakness. That choosing to help someone doesn't make you a victim. It makes you human. I never forgot that. I had told her that, in my clinic, late at night, while she cried and feared going home. You taught me that small acts matter, Emma continued. That helping someone pack a bag and find an apartment can save their life. You did that for me. Let me do it for you. We sat in comfortable silence, watching the Portland rain. Sophia's voice from her window above. Dad? Emma? Can you check my closet? I thought I heard something. We both smiled. Some things never change. 9-year-olds still fear closet monsters, even after facing real ones. As I went inside, I thought about that December night, how Sophia's bravery, Emma's loyalty, and my mother's unconditional support had saved not just my life, but shown me what family actually means. It's not blood. It's not legal documents or shared last names. It's the receptionist who drops everything to wire your house with cameras. It's the mother who opens her door at midnight, no questions asked. It's the daughter who records evidence because she knows something's wrong. It's the people who choose you, and who you choose back. Where are you watching from, and what time is it there? I'm curious because this story, this thing that happened to me, it feels both uniquely personal and universally understood. Betrayal lives everywhere, but so does redemption. Rachel wrote me from prison once. 1 letter. She claimed she never would have gone through with it, that it was just fantasy, just venting with Mark. that I'd misunderstood everything. I never wrote back. You can't misunderstand by morning. He'll just go to sleep and never wake up. You can't misinterpret a sabotaged furnace. You can't explain away that kind of premeditated cruelty. What you can do is rebuild. You can choose the people who chose you when it mattered most. Sophia's 13 now. She's thriving. She calls Emma Auntie Emma and my mother Grandma Rose. We have Sunday dinners. We have soccer games and school plays. We have therapy appointments and hard conversations about her mother that probably won't end for years. But we have life, real life, not the performance Rachel and I were living. The clinic's doing better than ever. Turns out, when you're not planning your spouse's murder, you have more energy for actual work. I hired 2 associate vets. Emma's now the operations director, and she's better at it than I ever was. Sometimes clients ask about my ex-wife. Portland's a small town in some ways, and the trial made the news. I tell them the truth. She made choices. We survived them. That's all. What I don't tell them is that every time I smell natural gas or hear a furnace kick on, I still get a spike of adrenaline. That Sophia still has nightmares sometimes. That I still wonder how I missed the signs for so long. Was Rachel always capable of this? Or did something break along the way? Did I fail her somehow, drive her to mark? Was the boring, stable life I offered not enough? My therapist says these questions are normal but ultimately pointless. Some people are capable of terrible things, and no amount of self-reflection will explain or excuse it. What matters is what you do after, how you rebuild, who you keep close. I keep Emma close. I keep my mother close. I keep Sophia closest of all. And I keep the lesson that a 9-year-old taught me when she chose bravery over silence. Sometimes the smallest voice in the room is saying the most important thing. Listen. If you're watching this and something feels wrong in your life, if someone you trust seems off, if a child in your world is trying to tell you something, please listen. Trust your instincts. Sophia's instincts saved my life. Mine didn't. I ignored the signs. The distance in Rachel's eyes. The way she'd started working later, traveling more, the new, expensive perfume, the phone calls she'd take in another room. I told myself it was just her career taking off, just her becoming more independent, just life. I was wrong. But Sophia wasn't. 9 years old, and she knew danger when she heard it. Comment below if you've ever had a moment where a child saw something you missed, or if you've been the person who helped someone escape danger. These stories matter. They remind us that we're not alone in this. And if you're the person who needs help right now, who's reading this and recognizing your own situation, please reach out to someone, to anyone. You deserve people who choose you, who protect you, who stay. I got lucky. I had a brave daughter, a loyal friend, and a mother who didn't ask questions when I showed up at midnight. Not everyone has that. But maybe by sharing this, by putting it out there, someone watching will be that person for someone else. The Emma to someone's David. The Sophia to someone's endangered parent. The grandmother who opens the door. Be that person. Choose kindness. Choose to help. Because 3 years ago, I chose to help a receptionist leave her abusive boyfriend. Last year, she saved my life in return. That's not karma. That's just what happens when good people exist in the same world. We save each other. That's the story. That's what happened when my 9-year-old daughter whispered those terrifying words, and I chose to believe her instead of the woman I'd married. Best decision I ever made.